Okay, hello. Welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary. Your host, Cedric Kennedy and Cedar Owens. And we'll be doing Ring of Honor Women's Championship Tournament. And before we get into the match, or at least some of the pieces of Rok-C versus Quinn McKay, I want to let y'all know that I'm actually getting up a Patreon. I'm redoing it today, and this show will be on that. It's just taking me a lot because there's a lot that I don't know, a lot that I'm learning. And my Patreon, I'm not doing the $5 and $10 and $20 and $30 thing. I'm doing $1. $1 because I understand how much your money means to you. So I figured if I do it for $1, that would be $1 per person. So, equal number of people, equal number of dollars. So when someone says, how many subscribers does he have? Or if anything for Patreon, then they'll know exactly how much I am making. There's no guesswork. It'll be obvious. And this will be up there. I'm going to put this up there just so I can get the RSS feed started. I really don't fully understand that or know what any of that stuff is, which is why I haven't done it before. But I'm going to put that up there. And for Patreon, I want you to know that patrons, when they request something, I'm going to have it hidden here or set for private, which is, or something. Or I'm going to do something for that, and I'm going to put it there. Only they'll be able to see it. And it'll, and if they want to talk to me on Discord or wherever they go, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm aiming for right now. So that's what it's going to be once it gets up and get going. Patreon at CRW717. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it turns out to be all right. So getting into this, Rok-C versus Quinn McKay. I've been waiting to see this for a while. Yes, we've seen the Ring of Honor pay-per-views.
Yeah.
We've seen them, but they were all right. Yeah, they were all standardized matches. They were standardized matches, ran standardly, and just not really, not too much. They were great as usual, yes. Better than what you'll find on the other programs. Rival that NWA.
Yeah.
The NWA 73, that last half, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
It was good.
And the NWA women's, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ring of Honor they're gonna have to come up. They're gonna have to come up to match that.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to do it. It's gonna be hard. They're gonna have to come up. But still, Ring of Honor is professional wrestling, and what you got with Rok-C and Quinn McKay was a match of technical genius,
a technical professional wrestling match, and you could tell that they enjoyed it.
It was beautiful. They started off, they were wrestling, so yeah, they could smile, they could do all that. They were wrestling legitimately. They were just wrestling, and it was cool. You wear them down, you move them here, you move them there. They weren't doing slams and stuff like that. No. And then I was like, somebody is going to turn the tide and be a baddie. The first one to throw that chop, that punch, that forearm, that elbow, the first one to do it is going to be a baddie. And that would happen to be Quinn McKay.
She was the baddie.
She was the baddie. She was the baddie for that, not the heel. But it's a cute, pesky term that we have. Who's going to break being, nice and sweet first?
Because they're both faces, yeah.
Yeah. And this match was beautiful. I could watch it again. No lie. I could watch it again, probably 2 or 3 more times. I love watching Quinn McKay, and I love watching Rok-C. These two are amazing.
They're stellar performers. They're polished. You don't watch them and think they shouldn't be in there. No, they know what they're doing. And they have an opportunity, especially Quinn, have the opportunity to show that she knows what she's doing. Going up against somebody where it's not a heel. That's it. It's just not a heel.
They wrestled, arm drags, rolling, hop over, flip over, sunset flip. They did all that stuff. Just wrestling. It was smooth. I'm serious. Even Butter would be like, I'm jealous. And then they get to the corner and Quinn throws that elbow. Rok-C is like, oh, oh, it's like that. And she chopped the hell out of him.
Yep.
And it won't just allow it. No, it was a forceful one. It was, you could tell it was out of, you know what, I'm sick of this. You done pissed me off. I like it. Then now, since Quinn was the baddie, Rok-C's going to come out like, okay, now I can be a little bit of a heel. But no, she was just an aggressive face.
Yeah.
You know, she was basically a Benoit, the aggressive face. And it turned up a notch. And they forearms, chops, you know, slams, higher risk moves. It was the next phase of the match. You could tell the gears shifted. That's what you need. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to see that. Oh, it done heated up a little.
Cranked up.
And it's not a lot from what you saw. But you can tell it has increased.
Increased aggression, increased desire of wanting to finish.
And that's what you need. It's beautiful. They worked this match perfectly. And while my first initial thought was, you know, Quinn's got to lose because Rok-C is the premier, she's the prodigy, and Quinn is still the, you know,
upstart.
Yeah, the greenhorn. She's the newbie. She's green, you know. She's got to get her learning in. But it was still good. Not gonna like she gonna lose. Then it hit to the point where I'm like, oh no. I don't know. And that's what I like. A good pro wrestling match.
You don't know who's gonna win.
You just don't know.
It's up in the air.
And Quinn stepped wrong and tweaked that ankle. No, the knee.
Tweaked her knee, yeah.
Was it the tip of the knee? Or was it the knee?
I think it was the knee.
So she has to fight up now. And countering a lot of moves, you know, Russian leg sweep and all satellite octopus and things like that, you know, kicking the knee and trying to put moves on fireman's carry, can't hold her up. You know, she got a nice Ramahistral in. It was tight. She executed the Ramahistral cradle like the old school people did when they was first doing it. She put that move on tight. Truthfully, if Rok-C was pinned then, it would have made sense.
Yeah.
These girls, these ladies, these wrestlers, these athletes, they went for a good bit fighting back and forth. Rok-C issue is she was never at a disadvantage during the match, but she kept getting caught. And that's a good thing, because if you have little mistakes in your normal repertoire, then it doesn't look phony when that part is used against you. For example, she puts him in the corner, puts the European uppercut or the running back elbow, holds the corner, sweeps the leg, and walks away without looking back. Mm-hmm. That's her normally. So if an opponent decides to come up real quick and get her,
she's got.
And it doesn't look phony. It doesn't like, oh, well, they're going to get her because she didn't look back. No. It makes sense. That's the beauty of it. So the match keeps going and they get, you know, backslide, bridge up, sling Rok-C around, tries the fireman's carry, knee buckles.
Yeah, the knee comes into play.
And ultimately, Rok-C wins.
Yep.
I forgot what she won with.
She got her in one of those complex technical pins.
Yeah.
And she couldn't kick out. Quinn couldn't kick out.
No, she couldn't. And quite honestly, I normally, if I'm gonna do this somebody asked me to do this on Patreon, the one thing I would do different is I would keep absolute notes on every single match and go through it. All the key elements, the parts that popped out most to me, I would keep notes on that and go through that. That's what I would do, because I want to give it, you know, every iota of my memory. But then again, it sucks that I forgot exactly. You can rewind it right now. We got it paused. You can rewind a little bit. You can see, but still, I could watch this match 2 or 3 times over. It was just beautiful. And then when it's over, you know, the first one to extend the hand is Quinn. Shakes the hand. It's all good. That's what you need. That was good wrestling, good sportswomanship. You know, That's what she got. Okay, she came off the ropes, duck under, come over, leapfrog, hurt the leg, take advantage of it. Rok-C, she leaps over. It's supposed to be a Yoshi tonic, but it's more like a sunset flip, and that's how she got the pin. I called that as I saw it happen. If you could find it as I start talking, you'd be like, oh, on point. But yeah, they keep calling it the Code Red. It's a Yoshi tonic. You know, Amazing Red was the one that was doing it in TNA and calling it the Code Red, and now everyone calls it that. Yoshi tonic. You know, any case, I am happy about that match.
Oh yeah, it went really well. It was a pleasure to watch.
Yes, beautiful. I want Quinn McKay to just keep wrestling. I like everything about her. She's just, everything about her is awesome.
And she'll just keep getting better.
Yes. Rok-C, I want her to stay in Ring of Honor. I don't want any of these women to go to AEW.
No.
At all. And Cedra, we'll talk about it in a separate show, has found what the problem is with AEW, or what might be the problem with AEW. And it ain't the training. It's not the lack of training. And it's not that they don't know anything about the professional wrestling business traditionally to make it better modernly. Because as I said before, if you got to call it modern wrestling, it ain't pro wrestling. That means you're just trying to make some BS excuse to not do anything traditional. And that's where you mess up. But she found something. And I think I don't know. Any case, I want to see these two wrestle one more time. Somewhere in the future, within a month. I would like to see Rok-C versus Quinn McKay again. That match was great. I'm going to get on to the next thing. So, with that said, y'all, let's roll. Okay, so here we are. Final match. Now, if there was a third match, like a first match, it might have been somewhere on YouTube, on their channel, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, only 2 matches today. Wasn't thinking about that. Because it's like, what, 20-some minutes left in the program. And I'm like, what they going to do? And she's like, it's Rey Oru's match. And I'm like, oh, man, you know. But, you know, this match didn't disappoint.
No, it was good.
Okay, I'm. Oh, man. Okay, this sucks. I'm about to say it. Nicole Savoy, she's a suplexer. She's a wrestler. And she's a technical wrestler. Okay? That's her thing. But when it comes to the suplexes, something's off. And I think what that is she doesn't have a variety of suplexes. Not that we get to see. Now, maybe we watch her in the other organizations, we might see those suplexes. We might see a different side of her because it seems that different promotions conduct them differently.
And plus, yeah, and we don't see her enough. This is like the second match we've seen of her. We've probably seen her a total of 4 times ever. Yeah.
And 4 different opponents. So, sometimes you see the suplexes. You know, first time I saw her was against Allison Kay.
It wasn't Allison Kay.
It had to be. It was Ring of Honor.
It was another chick. It was the gatekeeper, but it wasn't Allison Kay.
She was suplexing the brakes off of her.
Yes, I can't remember her name though. It was the gatekeeper something or other. And she was good, but it was not Allison Kay.
I thought it was Allison Kay, so it won't Allison Kay?
No.
Okay. Well. You gonna look it up?
I'm gonna try.
You trying? Okay, well, she gonna be looking it up while I'll be talking. Okay. Something else I gotta get on with all these women. I got to say something. And you know what? The dudes too, because I have been recently seeing it with the guys. European uppercuts, you need to make them look like European uppercuts. Kendo Kashin had a good European uppercut. Okay? Just saying. He had a really good European uppercut. So, when these people do European uppercuts, they're throwing the uppercut and then hitting them with like the back of their shoulder. It's like a raised arm back shoulder attack more than anything else. at least let the forearm, crook of the elbow, the side of it right there, the forearm, crook of the elbow towards the side of the bicep, hit the chest, upper chest area, and look like you're doing something.
I found it.
You know, who is she?
Kelly Klein.
Kelly Klein?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I remember. Because she was doing something and NWA was doing something with it. In my head, I kept calling her Kelly Decline because I could tell that she wasn't going to be there long. Okay. And yeah, we liked her.
Yeah, she was good.
And they was like, we're gonna just push you away. Maybe she had other endeavors she wanted to get to. You know, NWA want that big at the moment, more prestige than money. You know, and people want money, not prestige. You know, but they don't realize that when you gain prestige, you get more money. But hey, they'll figure it out one decade, and then say, "I wish I had stayed. I wish I had." You know,
I don't know because Ric Flair's got plenty of prestige and he's got fucked over a lot.
Oh, you got a point. But he got fucked over by people that was either owner or had more prestige than he did. That's usually where he got fucked over. So, but you got a good point there, Cedric. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna get to this. Okay, so look, not going over anything specific. But, you know, hey, good friends, roommates, they give the teller the tape, the history, you know, Miranda Alize, the lucha baddie, is like, this is just business. All right? It's just business. Nicole Savoy, emotional. You can see it. But I'm going to put my friendship aside. She didn't want to, but she got to because, you know, you got the advance, right? All right. So you got something going into this match. It gives it some weight. That's great. So when they go in there and wrestle, they're doing their thing. They're going back and forth. It's technical. It's some MMA. And then Miranda, she breaks out biting the finger of Nicole. And Nicole said, what the hell, Miranda?
Bit her for at least 4 or 5 seconds right around the nail bed. It wasn't like it was a place that's going to be sore.
Yeah, she bit her. It should be funny, but it wasn't. I was like, she's biting her. She's just chewing on the woman, just chewing. So they go through their match. It's back and forth. You get some shoulder uppercuts, if you want to call them that. You get a great German suplex. You get some strikes here, some strikes here and there. You know, they go through their repertoire and it's smooth. It's good.
No problems, no errors, no fumbling. Everybody, they knew where they were in the ring. They knew where their opponent was.
They had good pacing,
and
timing.
Also, you could tell that there was a struggle going on. It wasn't like they were, do-si-doing.
Yes, it did not look like it was some friendship cooperation crap going on. Now, maybe we watched it again. We might be like, oh, we can see this.
It was a corner 2 points I saw, but for the most part, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. See, so and that, it's all good. It's all good because they did a good job. They kept it wrestling. They kept it professional wrestling. Somebody's got to be a heel, or if they're two faces, somebody's got to be a little bit of a baddie. And she's the lucha baddie, so okay, let it be. And she gets her down, runs at her full bore, Miranda does. And Alize hits this dashing, shining wizard and they call it the drive-by, which is what Homicide had.
Mm-hmm.
And his version of it was a straight running boot kick, the shining black, Masahiro Chono's move that he was using as a finisher for a little bit. The shining black, or, the drive-by, but hers was more like the knee to the side of the head. So that's why I call it a shining wizard. But at the same time, I got to tell you, it was a really messed up camera angle.
It was.
It was like the last second and you could see the gold flash across the head. So I call it as I could basically somewhat see it. So that was something. She gets the pin with that. Makes sense. And when the match is over, Nicole is like, my finger, man. They hugged it out. It's like, it's okay. But she was like, my finger, what? You bit my finger. She was pointing to her finger. Brad was like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. And I was like, oh, that's kind of messed up. That probably hurt Nicole's feelings. As crazy as it is, the wrestling match, the kick, you get punched in the face, you get kneed in the face, you get kicked in the face, you get slammed, your arm torqued and bit, okay? And you go through that, you would think somebody just like you to do that, right? It's pro wrestling. But then afterwards, it's like, I'm trying to address my finger here. And it's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't care about your finger. Now, see, that might hurt.
She has to still not care. She put herself over as the lucha baddie biting her.
I know,
she can't turn to the nurturing
but
mother
the match
hen.
is over.
No,
the match is over.
The match is over, but the match is over, but the lucha baddie still won. You can't turn to a nurturing hen when your music is still playing.
They're friends. She got to say, look, I had to do. I'm sorry, but I had to do what I had to do.
She can do that shit in the back.
No, they're buddies, and she has to apologize for the biting
in the back somewhere.
No,
she can get her a Band-Aid and rub it on her breast, and it'll be all wonderful. In the
what
back.
the hell?
In the back.
Why are you bringing up tits?
They got them.
Well, yeah, but. Y'all listen. Y'all listen at home or in the car or something on your phone or something. Don't you think she should have taken her and just been like, I'm sorry about your finger, but I did what I had to do?
No. She just got the win. She's the one using heel tactics. You don't just
They hugged it out.
Yeah, code of honor.
They hugged it.
And then she
No, the code of honor is the shake of the hand. Anything past that
in the ring. Because she won, she's moving on to the tournament.
One shake to get it off of you. More than that is pleasure, and that's masturbation.
Why are you bringing that up?
They had their one shake. Past that, they're buddies. And then she's like, I don't care about you. Nah, man, that's breaking the code right there.
What code?
That's the code.
To the Band-Aid a finger after you bite it. That code.
If I bit your finger, would you want me to care about you?
Yes, but we're not wrestling opponents either.
For those listening at home, if I bit your finger, would you want me to apologize about it? Would you want me to feel bad?
If he show up and bite y'all finger, you got some questions to ask before you get an apology for that finger biting.
Don't worry about where I came from.
How the hell you get here? Where you know where I am? How I let you get close enough to me to bite?
See, that's when you're going to get bit for real and use the back teeth on that one because you ask too many questions. I was going to apologize, but now you're asking questions. Now you got to get bit. Maybe she did that. Maybe she did that. And then Miranda's like, you know what? Damn that. Damn your finger. You know? But they're friends and she bitter.
Yeah, see what I have to deal with.
She should have apologized.
Yeah, see what I have to deal with.
Did you see their shoes? They've obviously been chilling for a while. You better act like you know each other.
The shoes are red and similar in style, but they're different shoes.
Hey. You know, like what Tiberius Wells?
Who?
That was his name, wasn't it?
I don't know. Who you talking about?
God damn it. Black Lightning, the main character, the villain.
Oh, Wells. Yeah, I can't remember what his first name was.
I can't remember. But he was like, girl, don't act like I don't. Tobias. Yeah, the girl don't act like I don't know you.
Yeah.
That thing. Yeah. You know, she wouldn't act like they all mean and mad. She's like, girl, don't act like I don't know you. And she's like, crap. That's what that was. See them shoes? Go ahead and apologize for the the finger biting. You know you was wrong. You wrong for agreeing with her. I thought that match was good. It was a good close. I just really do wish they would tighten up and execute the European uppercut a lot better. Because now they're short selling it, and I don't know why. Maybe there's some kind of re-regulation in wrestling, and it's like, no, you can't do that. Maybe it's been jarring people's chin and giving them concussions or something. Who knows? But this elbow thing is not making it. This not elbow but shoulder thing. It's like they're slamming to their shoulder, you know, back of the shoulder to the shoulder, and it's the elbow in the air, not touching anything. You know, it's supposed to be the elbow pit, supposedly, to hit up under the chin.
It sounds to me like they weren't taught properly.
Maybe that's what it was. Or maybe there's a new regulation. I don't know. Maybe someone out there knows that's listening to this. But they need to tighten up on that. They need to tighten up on that. I thought this was a good main event, though, regardless of any of all the critiques and whatnot. I thought it was a good main event. You know, and the Lucha Baddie did do the right thing. It's like, yeah, okay, we hugged it out. Code of honor for Ring of Honor. But damn your finger, because I'm the heel. You know, even though she didn't do too much heel stuff, she's the heel. Okay, I guess that's enough to say. Is Is there another we're gonna watch, or what's going on?
Do you want to watch the entire show? The only thing that's left is Ray Orduz versus Flamita.
I'm tired of those two. Seriously, I am sick and tired of seeing those two wrestle because I don't believe Flamita. I don't believe in Ray Orduz.
What do you mean believing?
Because they do so much contrived stuff. It's hard to see the hate between them when they work so well together.
Flamita is in a state of transition right now.
Yes, he is.
He's transitioning into a heel. So it's a possibility that he, of course, will do things like they do because they're lucha. But he's probably going to do some things differently, too.
You know what? How about I work on Spreaker while the match play?
I thought you were working on something anyway.
I was getting this move up.
Yeah, you were working on something.
Yeah, I'm done though. It's up. I didn't got that stuff off the screen so I can work on other stuff. So yeah, I'm enjoying this women's tournament, and I really hope they don't sandbag about screwing over the champion. The champion needs to get on a once a month defense, and it needs to be against people in this tournament. But the people in this tournament need to be showcased, and they also need to have good matches that make the champion look like that the champion might lose. Your champion is only as important as the challenger is good. That's it. If your challenger is a clear and present danger, then you have the potential of matches. If you have a heavy, heated rivalry, then that match must reflect it to give it that higher standard, higher quality match. That's what they need to do. I hope that's what they do. I know we're behind on all of this. We're going to play catch up. There's a lot that we've been doing, a lot that we got to do. Cedra got her Wicked Orchard reality and fiction podcast going. So if you go to the Wicked Orchard on YouTube, you can find it, or you can find it on anywhere you get your podcast. You can do that.
Go to Spreaker.com and put in reality and fiction. It'll come up. I tested it.
So there you go. You know, and she explains everything before she get into it. It's about 42 minutes, you know, and she talks about a heavily important topic. She hyper focuses on it. And in addition, she reads the first chapter of her novel, A Haven in a Mist Perdition. And, you know, it makes people fearful. It's not a fear story. It's not a horror story. It's none of that. There's no genre properly for it. Better than what Stephen King wrote, I'm going to tell you that. That's just my opinion. And it ain't because the woman is sitting next to me. I've listened to a few Stephen King books. They don't get you. They don't get an emotional response. But what Cedra writes will. And you get to hear the first chapter. And on Amazon, you get to read the first 4 chapters. And the book is not expensive. So check it out. So we're going to get up out of here. It's been awesome, though. I'm enjoying this women's tournament. So this has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary, Ring of Honor's Women's Championship Tournament. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.